why I can't buy a house. You gotta pack everything, label everything, organize everything, application fee. Right now, the state of the economy of America is absolutely deplorable. And then there's renter's insurance. Selling is not an option. You don't know what's going on. Take a moment. Stop. Hey y'all, it's your boy, the man, the myth, the legend, Dwayne O'Neal Robinson, back at it again with another YouTube video. Listen, if this is your first time clicking onto my channel, I want to welcome you to DOR'S space. This is a space and a place where you get to experience me live my authentic self while expressing it through cinematic art. So make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell so therefore every time when I upload, you'll get the notification. And to all my subscribers, I want to thank you for your love and your support. I'm going to be very transparent and honest with y'all. I did not even want to do a YouTube video this week because I have so much on my mind. However, I cannot allow the stresses of my responsibility dictate my outlet of my creativity. It helps me to balance myself out. So I had a topic that I was going to do, but I said, you know what? Each one could reach one. You all could relate to me. I could relate to you. So I just wanted to talk about this within this video because I want to be very relatable and I want us to have a conversation and I want us to learn from each other. You can learn from me. I can learn from you based off of my experiences and your experiences. So I'm going to get straight into it. You know, they say being an adult takes a lot of responsibility. Being an adult is great. Being an adult, you have this freedom and this liberty to do whatever it is that you want and go after what you like and live a great life. That may be true to some degree, but I'm not gonna lie. For our generation, which is my generation, for millennials, I feel like we've been lied to and bamboozled. Adulthood is the worst hood that I've been in. Adulting is exasperating at times. I wish it was a subscription that I could unsubscribe from. Because there are things within adulting that really takes a lot of grit. It takes a lot of thought and a lot of finessing as well. At this point in time, for me, the next 30, 60 to 90 days are very crucial. That's just the way it is. And we all have those points in times or quarters within the years, month, week, days that it's a lot going on. There's a lot of moving components all over the place. However, you still got to focus. You still got to hone in on what you have to do and take care of your responsibilities as a functioning, responsible adult. So that's what I'm doing. Even though you may not like it, you got to just keep it pushing, okay? But one of the things that I hate is moving. Let me tell you why. I hate moving. I hate the fact that you got to basically expose yourself, okay, and pack up everything, organize all these things. And I'm an organizing guru. I love to be organized. I like structure. I like discipline. It helps me to function. However, when it comes to moving, you got to get boxes and bins. I think boxes should be free. I don't think you should have to pay for boxes. All right. Now you got to pack everything, label everything, organize everything, and then you have to move everything out of your house or your apartment or Winnebago, whatever it is, to the next destination. All of that physical labor and trying to remember where things are and throwing things and keeping things and trying to figure out how you're going to move and shake is very aggravating to me, right? Are you going to keep the furniture? Are you going to need new furniture? And furniture is not cheap. A mattress is not cheap. Internet is not cheap. The whole process on average when it comes to moving takes about 10 grand, especially if it's city to city. That's bare minimal. However, if you're moving within your area, you can get away with the average cost of being 5 grand. That's still a lot of money for you to move and shake in order to have a place where you're comfortable to lay your head. Now, that's just the moving process. We're not even talking about Okay? The credit checks, yeah. Okay? Your debt to income ratio when it comes to certain places. Then it's the application fee, it's the holding fee, the deposit, first, last security. It may be prorated rent. Then you got to turn off the lights from where you're at and turn on the lights to where you're going. Then if you're living in an apartment that doesn't include water, now you got to pay a deposit for the water. You got to turn on the water. All right. I believe water should be free. Why are we paying for it? Why we got to pay for water? That don't make no sense to me. Okay. Then you got to think about, oh, okay, the amenities. I don't really care about the amenities of the place. Listen, I just want to make sure y'all ain't busting no gunshots. I ain't got no roaches, lizards, spiders, termites. Okay, there's no flooding issues. So much to think of, right? And you have to make sure you crunching your numbers and you know your budget. And you, like I said, you got to have your credit. Don't let you have no bad credit. Oh boy, there is hell to pay for that. You got to pay a higher deposit, right? Or you need a cosigner or a guarantor, or you need some type of other proof that you're able to make the rent. You got to be able to make 3 times the rent that you're paying for the month. All right, okay, I got it. Now here's the other aspect of it all, right? You got all of that, and that's for an apartment. That's for a studio. That may be for an efficiency, right? But here's the gag for me where I be sitting down and being like, if you paying 16, 17, 18, 9, $2,000 for rent, why you can't get a house? Why you can't get a house? Oh, their debt to income ratio is too high. Oh, you don't have enough credit. Oh, you don't have enough money saved for a down payment. Why? Why? I'm paying for everything else if I'm in an apartment and I'm paying somebody else's mortgage quintessentially, right? So why can't I just get my own? Why I can't buy a house? Oh no, you have to get approved for it. And I don't care if you make 6 figures or not, right? Right now, the state of the economy of America is absolutely deplorable. The American dollar is plummeting in value, and people are trying to rip and run and trying their best to figure out ways how to live and survive, right? As an adult, it is difficult. And mind you, I'm single. I don't got no kids. So imagine people that do have more than one child or are in a partnership and that have 2 incomes. It still is difficult. When I'm hearing that people are using apps or systems like Afterpay or Karma in order to buy groceries, that is a big red flag. It is a problem as where we are as a people and where we are as a nation and what is going on into our economy. Now, I'm not I don't have an economy degree. I don't have anything of like that. But let's be real. Groceries are expensive. Doing a quick little Target or Dollar Tree, or a Wally World stop, it's $70, $100, and you're looking at like, what did I buy? What's going on? So in the midst of all of that and moving and trying to figure out a place to lay your head, and if you got a bad landlord or if you got a bad tenant or a bad roommate, it is stressful. But I'm saying all of that to say this. At the end of the day, it is okay. Because higher level, newer devil. There's certain things that we just got to keep on going through and figuring it out. And once you figure it out, that's adulthood. A lot of people on social media, they may look like they're millionaires and billionaires and they're going on these lavish vacations and they're wearing designer clothes and they're driving the fly cars and they got the fine man and the beautiful woman. Let's be real. People only post what they want to post. Okay? So don't feel as if you're behind. Don't feel as if you haven't accomplished anything, don't feel as if you are just the lowest of the low. You're not. You just are in a stage or in a season in your life where you just need to sit down and weigh your pros and cons, have a vision and a direction as to where you want to go and work toward it step by step, brick by brick, one bite at a time. And trust me, you will get to, by the grace of God, your next destination, your next stop. You're going to hit that metric. You're going to hit that benchmark. You're going to make sure you achieve that goal, right? However, you got to go through the grit. You got to go through the grind. You got to keep on pushing. You got to keep on chugging. Chugga, 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 choo, choo. I think I can. I know I can. I think I can. No matter what. No matter how the economy goes high, no matter how the economy goes low, whether if your job, your baby mama, your baby daddy, your side chick, your wife, your ex-wife, your ex-husband, whomever, all right, may be stressing you, your boss, you have to stay focused. You have to hone in and say, this is what I want. Okay? Now, do everything that in your best to make sure that you live below your needs. Okay? Make sure that you're able to have a little savings, you're able to work, you're able to hustle, find multiple different streams of income, because at this point in time, relying on one form of income at any given moment, you could lose that job, you could lose that income, and then what? You have nothing. So you're going to have to try to figure it out. And I think as adults, we are all trying to figure this thing out. Gone are the days that you work a job for 30 years, you have a great pension that's probably $1.5 million or above. You got a fat 401k, and you could retire and you could live well and you paid off your house and you're good. Not for my generation. We don't even got Social Security. And for the people who are getting Social Security, it's very minuscule, very little. It's not really much. So you have to figure out what you're going to do in the next year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years of your life in order for it to be comfortable and in order for you to go through it as seamlessly as possible. Are you going to have bumps in the road? Of course. Are you going to have trials and tribulations? Yes. Are you going to have triumphs? Yes. Are you going to have tragedies that take place? Yes. Are there things that are going to affect you positively? Of course. Are there things that are going to affect you negatively? Yes, but you got to know how to bounce back, recalibrate, and go at it again. That's one thing I learned about adulthood. That's one thing I learned about moving. It's the end result. I know when I move into my next place, it's going to be one step closer for me to accomplish the dream of me getting my dream house again. I know I have to go through this fire to be tried and true. In order to get gold to be shiny and beautiful, it got to go through the fire. In order for you to get olive oil, it got to be shaken and pressed down. You're going to have pressure make diamonds. You're going to have to do what you have to do, right? You're going to have to focus on what it is that is important. You may have to relinquish some people, some places, some practices, like I've always said, in order for you to level up. It's difficult. It is trying, but you cannot allow it to break you. You cannot allow it to put you down. So there's always a loophole in the contract. And the smart and intelligent and wise, witty people always read the fine print, but always find the loophole in the contract. There's always a way out of nowhere. If your back is against the wall, if you can't see, it's dark, you don't know your left from your right, you don't know what's going on. Take a moment, stop, collect yourself, okay? Pray, consult God, and say, Abba Father, I need your help because I don't know what is going on. I am walking by faith and not by sight. And I'm doing my best to ground myself in the best way possible in order for you to guide me and direct me and place me onto the right path. So, yes, I hate moving. But in order to level up, you gotta move. You gotta move and shake. You have to pivot. You have to know how to relax, release, relinquish. And yeah, everybody should have a house, but that don't mean that everybody may want a house. That don't mean that everybody wants that responsibility. Not everyone is able to obtain and to take on that responsibility. But if you're on my channel, you definitely can. It's all about the growth. It's all about the process, enjoying the journey. And I'm trying, even though it can be so frustrating and difficult, you got to do it because it's for your betterment. And in order for you to get to that next level of the game within life, you're going to have to keep on going at it until you master it, and then you defeat it, and then you move to the next level. So even though I don't like moving, I'm going to start packing little by little. Okay? I'm going to select the best place for me financially, and that will work for me, because if the dollars and cents don't make sense, because it's hard out here for a pimp trying to get this money for the rent. Okay? And then there's renter's insurance too. Like, Lord, the offense. See, renter's insurance to me is equivalent to homeowner's insurance. When you own a house, you got to pay for water. In an apartment, you got to pay for water. You got to pay for light. In an apartment, you got to pay for light. In a house. Okay, so this is your training ground. If you haven't been a homeowner yet, okay, look at it from the perspective. Change your perspective. Change your angle. Change your view. Instead of looking at the glass, instead of looking at it half empty, look at it half full. Okay, what can you do with the water in that glass? Could you drink it? Could you wash your face? Could you brush your teeth with it? Could you water a plant? Could you share it with somebody else to quench their thirst? You know, you picking up what I'm dropping? Well, all I'm saying is don't stop. Be like Uncle Lou. Don't stop. Get it, get it. Don't stop. Get it. Because if you do, it is going to be an epic fail. Failing is not an option. Failing is not an option. We're going to do this thing, and we're going to do it great, and we're going to do it well. And even if you make up some mistakes along the way, because I'm not perfect. I'm not. I'm flawed. I'm a sinner saved by grace. I trip. I fall. I sometimes I fall like Michelle down the stairs on 106 in Park, but you got to get back up. We fall down, but we get up. Get back up and keep on moving and grooving to the music. It may hurt. You may get a little batter bruise or a little cut, but you got to keep on going. So if you haven't learned anything from this video, I am strongly encouraging you. I am imploring you, even though this my workspace. Don't mind that. I know it's a little bit of a mess. I'm gonna fix it, but I'm here and I'm doing my research, and I'm sitting here and I'm speaking and I'm talking to you all. Do not give up. Even though there are things that you may not want to do not like to do, there is a benefit of you doing them. It's for your own good, and you're going to have to measure it in a way and in a manner in order for you to win. That's it. As long as you win, a win is a win is a win, the good way. Because you could do it a bad way, or you could do it a good way. We want to do it the right way, right? So that's what matters. As long as it's pleasing into God's sight and you're doing everything that you can, that's what you got to do. All right. So that is my sound off, my story time, my venting, my way of encouraging myself to encourage you all, so for us to be able to relate. But it's for my greater good, because I'm going to be able to start anew, be in a nicer place, get more organized, relinquish some things, clothes. I barely got clothes. I barely got a wardrobe, but that's neither here nor there. Anyways, I'm not going to take up no more of y'all time. I hope y'all really enjoyed this video and find it within yourself to keep going, keep fighting, and don't give up. So Until next time, peace.